Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas Cowboys, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. The Dallas Cowboys improved their wide receiver room this offseason by trading for Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver George Pickens. Pickens will immediately slot in as the number 2 receiver behind superstar wideout CeeDee Lamb. With the top 2 spots on the depth chart seemingly set in stone, where does every receiver below them fall in the pecking order, particularly 2024 first-team All-Pro return specialist Cavonte Turpin? Turpin is coming off his best season with the Cowboys, recording 420 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns during the 2024 campaign. Dan Rogers from Blogging the Boys believes Turpin could have a breakout season as the team's number 3 receiver. Why Turpin? Rogers wrote. Because he just signed a 3-year extension this offseason, meaning he's sticking around through 2027. You could also make a case for last year's 6th-round pick, Ryan Flournoy, as he also has 3 years left on his deal. Turpin is still the better choice because he's also an All-Pro returner. If you're a Jalen Tolbert fan, it would be great to see him do well, but the timing would stink because he'll enter free agency next offseason. Paris Campbell is also an unfavorable choice since he's only on a 1-year deal. Jonathan Mingo or Jalen Brooks have 2 years left on their rookie deals, so one of them emerging would be okay, but still not as advantageous as Turpin or Flournoy. The 2025 Cowboys would of course be foolish to not allow Tolbert to win the job because of his contract. They would also be foolish to give the job to Mingo just to justify having traded for him. So, play Turpin more to justify a salary that might come in, with incentives, at $6 million per year? That's a poor reason, too. Turpin is entering his 4th season with the Cowboys and could serve as a vital complementary piece in an offense that has the potential to be an explosive one. But the reason for Dallas to explore the idea isn't about how he's paid. It's about how he plays. The Falcons have taken multiple calls from teams around the league regarding Pitts, and the Cowboys seem to be a genuine destination. There is a good chance this would be a blockbuster trade for both teams that could include multiple picks. Pitts has struggled in his last few seasons in Atlanta, only scoring 10 touchdowns in his first 4 seasons. Pitts, however, has shown flashes of star potential on multiple occasions, stemming from his rookie season. Pitts was taken with the 4th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft out of Florida, which made him the highest drafted tight end in NFL history. There were always plenty of expectations around this pick, and he lived up to them as a rookie. After his rookie season, his production kept decreasing and he was used more as a pass and run blocker than a target. As the Falcons transition into a new era, where they hope to be a playoff team once again, and that will happen without Pitts. He is entering his last season of his contract, and at the moment it looks like he can be a Cowboy for the 2025 season. The Cowboys currently have CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Jake Ferguson as the main weapons, but would go for Pitts to add size and pass catching. The Cowboys could pull off a move sooner rather than later to help out both teams. The Falcons trading Pitts would mean they missed on their high draft pick in 2021. They made up for it with their 2022 to 2025 first-round picks and can make this move really soon. Seattle Seahawks general manager John Schneider is not afraid to make a deal. He has done so in the past by adding left tackle Dwayne Brown in 2018, Jadeveon Clowney in 2019, and Jamal Adams in 2020. That last one did not work out very well, though. In the last few years, Seattle has seemingly tried to build through the draft while not overspending in free agency. Schneider has still made several trades, but not with the expected impact of the previous 3 mentioned. Parsons is likely not happy that his rookie contract has not yet been turned into a long-term extension by Dallas. He is going to be extremely expensive, but he is also fantastically productive. He had at least 13 sacks in each of his first 3 seasons, and last year, in only 13 games, he had 12. He is also stout against the run. But he will cost a lot whenever an extension or new deal is worked out. The Cowboys have cap issues in 2026, however. They currently have just a bit over $5 million to spend, and that isn't enough room for a new Parsons deal. The team will have to release a quality player or two to make room for the edge rusher. The Dallas Cowboys made a splash when they added wide receiver George Pickens, and one analyst believes they could trade for another talented pass catcher before the next NFL season kicks off. Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports identified the Cowboys as a top contender for tight end Kyle Pitts, who is rumored to be hitting the trade block as the Atlanta Falcons look to rebuild. Benjamin noted that Pitts could be a logical target for a Cowboys team looking to make some big moves to improve their offense. Jerry Jones stayed quiet for much of the offseason, only to roar back to form with the George Pickens trade in May, Benjamin wrote. If we're collecting malcontents to maximize Dak Prescott's chances of getting the boys back in the dance under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer, then why not add Pitts as well? Benjamin added that Pitts could be a more dynamic complement to holdover Jake Ferguson at tight end, adding that the team has $30 million in cap space to utilize. The Cowboys could have some competition if they aim to trade for the Pro Bowl tight end. Reporter Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports noted that interest is high and that the Falcons might still prefer to keep him. Schultz added that a team would need to part with a relatively high draft pick to land Pitts. Sources: multiple teams have reached out to the #Falcons about the availability of Kyle Pitts. Schultz shared in a post on X, "Nothing is imminent, and Atlanta would prefer to keep him, but I'm told it would take at least a day 2 pick to even spark serious talks."